Welcome everyone to another story dug out from the tomb. Today I want to talk to you about a testimony, a story that marked me when I was a child. Today we will talk about Christine, one of the kindest, gentlest, and most loving women I have ever met. She was 69 years old the day she spoke to me about this. Christine grew up in a very remote village surrounded by forests and high mountains. There, she started her family, made good friends, and over the years formed many good memories. However, there is one memory she never forgot. At 20 years old, Christine already had the habit of praying to God every morning. She lit an oil lamp at night, believing that the light would illuminate her home in moments of darkness. She was a devout woman, so she always tried to live her life as best she could. In that small village where everyone knew and trusted each other, there was a woman who lived completely isolated in a house with black curtains. People said she was a witch, that many were afraid of her because she knew everything about the villagers. Christine had spoken to her several times and certainly noticed that the woman was somewhat strange, but not enough to deserve all the bad things that the locals said about her. Being a very upright woman, Christine wanted to talk to that woman. She had never visited the house, so she was nervous, as she did not want to disturb or bother her. Without wasting any more time that day, Christine walked along a rocky path where the vegetation was completely dry. This caught her attention because they lived in a mountain village where it rained all year round and it was completely green. As she advanced, she noticed how the environment changed radically. Chills ran down her back as she approached the door. Christine did not give her time to touch the door when the woman rushed out of the house and blocked Christine's path. The woman began to shout at her to leave, that she was not welcome in her house and that she was tired of her. Christine quickly interrupted her and tried to explain the reason for her visit, but the woman became more and more agitated. Christine remembers how the woman's eyes became increasingly black and how, when she shouted, black and putrid saliva came out of her mouth. The woman told her that she could enter all the houses in the village except Christine's, because there was a light that blocked her passage at night. Upon hearing this, Christine told her that that light would be there for life, and that if she ever needed help, she would be there for her. The enraged woman tried to attack her, but for some reason she could not. Christine recounted that the woman started speaking in a strange language and constantly looked behind her as if she was talking to some kind of guardians. Finally, the woman smiled and told Christine that if she did not turn off that light, she would take her children. At that moment, Christine smiled and said to her, "God bless you." Upon hearing that, the woman began to scream in terror. The curses became more and more chilling as she moved away from that place. The next morning, that woman had left the house. When the neighbors went to check it, they found symbols on the walls, bloodstains on the walls, and remains of animals. They found a diary with names and strange amulets. But what is curious is that on that day, one of Christine's sons told her that he had dreamed that a beautiful woman had taken him by the hand and was leading him to a house with black curtains. As they walked towards the house, the woman became increasingly old and rotten. He says that in the nightmare he hears children screaming from inside the house, until a burst of light blocked the entrance of the house and he managed to wake up. That house was abandoned for over 40 years until a collapse completely destroyed it. The locals still refuse to go near that place. They say they have seen a woman wandering alone in that mountain. The few who have seen her say her screams are so haunting that they can't get them out of their head. It's interesting how fervently believing in something makes it become real. If you enjoyed this story, subscribe and share this video so that others can learn about all these memories unearthed from the grave.